I'm going to talk to you a little bit today just about supplements. I come from a day and age when the supplements you got were bought at the grocery store, bought the old school Milo egg protein that was basically just chalk. You stirred it up, it didn't mix. You had to swallow it in chunks that didn't dissolve in the water, and that was the best of it. That was it for a long time. They got stuff where it was rebranded, but it was basically the same stuff for ages. Then somebody finally realized that we bodybuilders are notorious for spending insurmountable amounts of money for something that might actually work, that it might actually have benefits. So as the money increased, the science increased, and there actually have been some products that come out that actually do some work that will actually help you in the gym. One of those is creatine monohydrates. Creatine comes from meat, primarily in red meats, and is natural occurring. So it's not, you don't have any these additives that have scientific names that you can't mention, you can't talk about, you can't enunciate. It's just naturally, there's nothing to it. And the good thing about that is you're not putting something in your body that might be a little bit toxic. You get it from red meat. So what happens is creatine, I'm going to not go into the whole science of it. Part of it is I don't understand the whole science of it. I haven't done all the research. There's a lot to it. So you have something in your body called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And it's basically what they call the energy for everything in your body. You get ATP from food. As you eat, you get these sources. Now what happens is, again, there's a lot of science to it, but the basic thing is that ATP is for the reason for contraction. So as you do this, as the ATP works, it's a triphosphate molecule. When you do the contraction release, you lose a phosphate molecule off this ATP. Then it becomes adenosine diphosphate. So your body only has so much ATP sources in your body. Once you run out of those sources, you're done. That's it. Your ability to, you're not going to collapse, but your ability to recruit muscle is diminishing. What creatine does is offers up a phosphate cell to replenish your ATP from adenosine diphosphate to adenosine triphosphate again, so you can track harder, longer. So you can actually get the benefit of a harder, longer workout, which is everything. That's what you want. Be able to work out as hard as you want, as long as you want. That is it. The one thing that's happened is now that creatine's been around, you have all these different creatine sources. You have HCl, you have all these things where they talk about all the science about being able to just more water soluble, blah, 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 blah. The only real true science has been dedicated to creatine monohydrates. Don't go to this other sources. Don't waste your money. They're more expensive. They're really not worth it. You're not going to gain anything by having these other sources. Creatine monohydrate is the standby. That's the one that's been researched. That's the one that's been looked into. That is the one to choose. The other thing is the 5 grams per day is kind of an arbitrary number. So of course I've played around with it. I've taken it up to where I was taking 20 grams a day to see if it would make any kind of difference. I didn't notice any noticeable, there was nothing noticeable that I gained from it. So it doesn't make sense to put in, the more is better philosophy, which I'm a strong believer in. It doesn't make more sense to do these large amounts of creatine. Just stick with the 5 grams. It's recommended. It's easy to measure. That works. The other thing is in all my research, I can't find anybody that has the best time or place to take it. Everybody has their ideas, but there's no real one way. You take it in the morning, take it at the night. Nobody really has anything. So it's just kind of a general idea of having it in your body. In my research, what I theorize is the best time to take it is pre-workout. It only makes sense that if you're using this source, it's more readily available if you take it right before you work out and it's in your body. I take all my pre-workouts a half hour to 45 minutes before my workout anyway, so everything's actually in my body. So by that time, I should be able to call on the creatine that I've just put in my body and use it. Let's see, let me think I've covered everything. Yeah, just so you know, we're clear, there are a lot of supplements out there, and there's a lot of hype, and there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of shit out there. There's a lot of things that people are going to make these crazy promises. The pre-workout that I just reviewed, they talking about it will increase your ability to jump. Like, what the fuck? There's no product that does that. Over time, you're going to increase your ability to jump. So I guess it does, but the reality is there's nothing that's going to be magic. Stick with the old standbys. Like I said, creatine monohydrate is a must-have in anybody's program. It's cheap and easy to use. All right, David Bolson, Battle Tested, out.